All right, I got experimenting with my font sizes and wound up increasing the size of the text inside that first paragraph. Anyway, that's what I did. Now, more importantly, I want to now show you the next CSS property that we have lined up. This guy is called text decoration. And essentially what he will do is he'll allow us to create underlines and strike throughs and a couple of neat text effects. I don't use this guy all too often, although there's a couple of specialized cases where I do make use of this guy. But let me at least show you how this is going to work. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually throw this formatting into a new span element. At the end of my sample paragraph, I happen to have a piece of text here which reads the haps in graphics, raster versus vector. That's actually a reference to a sidebar in this sample text. So we're going to actually go and format that text. So what I'm going to do inside my code here is I'm going to go and find that text. There he is, right there. And I'm going to throw that content into a span element, just like this. Open span tag, and then way down at the end, close the span tag. By the way, as a quick side note, this is completely off topic, but a little rule that I have for myself is whenever I open something, I close it right away. Otherwise, I forget and I get thinking about other things and then, bad stuff happens. So anyway, that's my little unwritten rule that I have for myself. Okay, more importantly, back into the opening span tag, throw in a space, and you should be totally comfortable creating inline formatting here by now. So I'm going to type in style equals open quote, and then our CSS property is going to go like this, text dash decoration. There we go, full colon space. And I think to start us off here, I'm just going to go underline, just like that. Close off your property with a semicolon, close out your inline formatting with a closing quote there, save up the works, and then let's go and check it out inside the browser. There we go, there's our underlined text. Now, I do not like using underlined text. Any guesses why? Because visitors think that it's a hyperlink, and when they can't click on it, they tend to get upset. But you can make use of it if you want. So there's underline. What else do we have in terms of values we can use here? Well, we have the opposite of an underline, which is an overline, which I can't remember the last time I actually used this, but you can actually create that effect if you want. Maybe if you want to divide up your document into different sections, maybe I want to put overlines above all of my top level headings, something like that. That's just an idea that kind of springs to mind. But in any regard, there you go. There's underline, overline. What else do we have? Oh, how about this? Line hyphen through. In other words, strike through. Show you what that looks like. Something like this. Every once in a while, I'll be reading an article online and they'll have some content crossed out, maybe an error, and they'll correct themselves or something like that. Last but not least, and this guy is really awesome, you're going to love this, is blink. Yes, blink. Type in blink. So we're actually going to have like casino blinking text, literally. But something more important is going to happen here. I want to show you. So go ahead and type in blink. And in great anticipation, I'm sure you're waiting for your casino text, head back to your browser and refresh, and your text doesn't blink, which is quite a disappointment, isn't it? Here I promised you casino text and you didn't get it. Well, what's interesting here is we have this value for the text decoration property, blink, which doesn't work in all browsers. It doesn't work in Chrome, obviously. It doesn't work in Internet Explorer on the PC side. It doesn't work in Safari either. It does work in Firefox, though, which is kind of odd. So give me a second here. I'm just going to actually go and hide everything and go all the way down to my desktop, into my project files folder, and I'm just going to go and just show you this here. I'm going to open this HTML page inside Firefox. There he is. And yes, literally blinking text. So in other words, on and off, right? Now, I have a couple of issues with this. First of all, that's a neat effect. You can show your friends, and that's wonderful. But more importantly, usability. I mean, that's really, really unfriendly. As a matter of fact, this particular blink value is notorious for being unfriendly and annoying as well. The other thing, too, is the browser support is horrible, right? And this is something more importantly, really, that I want to talk about is this issue of browser support, making sure that things are functioning across our variety of browsers, those popular web browsers that I mentioned way back when. So something like this, if I really, really wanted blinking text, this is not how to do it. Well, I wouldn't want to do it at all, but if I really wanted it, this is not a viable option because it only works in one out of the range of the most popular browsers, so be careful with that. Anyway, there we go. There's your text decoration. Once again, we had underline, overline, line through, and the notorious blink.